Hello everyone, welcome to my Journalism of the Heart news channel. The story for today is this year, Australian Survivor, Blood v Water will see contestants take a family member, friend or partner in with them to aid in their attempt to win sole survivor. We've spotted some familiar faces among the crowd. MasterChef Alam Khan will be headed in with his sister Amy, and former contestants Sam Gash and Mark Wales, now married, will be boosting each other through the competition. But there can only be one sole survivor, so as castaways begin to trickle out of tribal council, we expect things to get personal very quickly. Here's everyone who has left so far. Andy Meldrum, Survivor Supervan and Champions vs Contenders alumni. Andy was the first to fall victim to a blindside for the 2022 season. When Alex became injured and had to sit out the challenge, Andy was quick to move on the perceived weakness, encouraging the tribe to vote him out. While Brianna and Shay thought they'd make a move on Chrissy, it was Nina, the daughter of Survivor Queen Sandra Diaz-Twine, who very quietly plotted Andy's demise, citing his overconfidence and untrustworthiness. A very shocked Andy was voted out and had his torch snuffed. He took to Instagram after his elimination, sharing a photo of himself and his 3 kids, all wearing Survivor buffs. "My nibblings just told me that maybe if I'd been wearing my glasses I would have seen it coming. Tears of joy," he wrote. Brianna Goodchild, with the Water Tribe back at Tribal Council, and an immunity idol in play, it was Brianna who fell victim to majority vote this time. A Survivor super fan, Brianna came in hoping to make big moves, but her intensity proved too much too soon for the group, who decided she was too much of a threat. She took to Instagram to say how thankful she was for the experience. "I live boldly, I risk it for the biscuit cookie. I may not have the biscuit, but I have invaluable lessons I have learned and memories I will cherish for a lifetime," she wrote. "But one thing is for certain. I don't think I'm done with the game. And I don't think the game is done with me. We have unfinished business." Brianna's father, David, is still playing in the Blood Tribe. Kate Tatham, chaos ensued when Brianna's dad, Juicy Dave, whose nickname has no discernible origin, was out for revenge after his daughter was picked off the night before. While the split tribes meant he couldn't exact revenge on Water, he decided to try his luck picking off Sandra, who is undoubtedly the biggest threat of the game. However, his move lacked any element of smoothness, leading Sandra to turn a decent amount of castaways to vote against him. And when he accused Sam of throwing out his name for vote when she considered them close friends, she literally started walking around Tribal Council and telling people to write Dave's name down. Dave did play an immunity idol, and while it was looking like the end of things for Sandra, just enough people put Kate's name down to have her sent home instead. At the end of the show, she said she hoped Andy was happy she at least got to spend a bit of time with Sandra, his Survivor hero, before she followed him on home. Alex Frost, suffering an injury on day 1 that left him struggling throughout the competition, Alex decided to voluntarily withdraw from Survivor last night. Alex asked his team to vote him out over their chosen play for the evening, Sophie or Khan, but when they refused, he decided to leave himself, with no vote going ahead. On Instagram, Alex shared that he was sad to leave the world's greatest game, but I'm so grateful to be a part of it. Alex's older sister and former Bachelorette Sam Frost also wrote him a sweet tribute, saying, "You are hands down the biggest legend with the softest and kindest soul." Jay Bruno, with a ploy to break up a strong alliance of 3, Amy, Jay, and David, Jay ended up falling victim to a blindside. While they conspired to try and vote out Sandra, the remainder of the tribe stayed loyal to her, forcing Amy to play her idol and stacking the split vote on Jay. While shocked, Jay took the blindside well. "That was one hell of a ride," he wrote on Instagram. "I'll miss you, Jonathan and my tribe." He added, Jay is now part of the second coupling to be gone from the game, with siblings Andy and Kate leaving first, and Jay's friend, Alex, leaving in Monday's episode. Sandra Diaz-Twine, she's a legend of the game, having been the first ever contestant to win Survivor twice, but Sandra wasn't able to pull off a 3rd victory in Australia. Competing with her daughter Nina, Sandra signed on to Blood v Water knowing there would be a major target on her back. And on day 16, her tribe mates finally succeeded in voting her out. In order to stay in the alliance, her daughter Nina also had to vote for her. "It's my turn to take over the family business," Nina says in a trailer for the next episode tonight. "I'm going to make sure I'm continuing my mum's legacy." Sophie Cashier, influencer and well-known businesswoman Sophie Cashier met her end on Survivor. After playing a game with ferocious dedication and strong loyalty, she was voted out of the Blue Tribe with the help of her sister, KJ, who wrote down Sophie's name. Despite the betrayal, Sophie spent her last moments embracing her sister, promising her she'd take care of her children until KJ left the game, and telling her this is your big moment. Sophie shared a few images of the fateful moment to her Instagram stories, writing, "Kate, I was so emotional watching you make such a tough decision. You're so incredibly brave, in your absolute element, and I love watching you in this game." Amy On, fan favorite Amy On, was on the chopping block, after the Blood Tribe pulled off what Amy herself called a magnificent blindside. Amy, who entered the game with her brother, Khan On, of MasterChef fame, took to Instagram to reflect on the challenges she faced along the way. "I am so proud of myself for getting out of my comfort zone and going on this amazing adventure of a lifetime," she shared. "Playing Survivor was one of the best things I've ever experienced, and I'm so grateful for all the wonderful connections and lifelong friends I've made along the way. Unfortunately this time wasn't for me, and sadly I didn't get to play with my brother, Khan. Thank you to every single person who has supported me on this journey. I love you all. Now go win this thing for us at Khan Hong. Nina Twine. Fans were devastated to see Nina Twine leave the show just a week after her mother, Survivor champion, Sandra Diaz Twine, faced the boot. Nina had been playing a strong game, but injured her ankle in a reward challenge, landing herself in a boot and on crutches, and unable to continue playing the game. She shared a sweet and teary goodbye with her tribemates before being packed into a car and driven off. Calls have already begun from fans for Nina to return to the show next season, or to try her luck on US Survivor, just as her mother has. Michael Crocker, former NRL player Croc, was the next castaway to fall victim to a blindside, trusting his close alliance with Ben to keep him safe. However, Ben was working simultaneously with Jesse, with the pair leading the tribe to vote Croc out. It's even more devastating given Croc had an immunity idol hidden in his pocket. "I had plans to use that idol once we got to merge, and I think I was too focused on that point, and I should have been more in tune with what was going on around me," Croc told the Courier Mail. Croc's sister-in-law, Chrissy, remains in the game. Ben Watson. Ben was feeling confident after coordinating Croc's blindside, but Croc's sister-in-law Chrissy was ready to have revenge. In a challenge for individual immunity, the necklaces went to Sam and Shay, leaving the gates open for the Water Tribe to vote out Ben once more. While Ben and the Blood Tribe eliminee, Mel, were given one last chance to save themselves in a fire-making challenge, Mel surprised and delighted fans by winning, and securing herself a spot to go forward another day. Ben leaves behind his girlfriend, Shay, on the Blood Tribe, saying the most emotional part of leaving was the game was doing so without her. Khan On, MasterChef star Khan On, became the next victim of a blindside, receiving just enough votes to kick him out of the tribe, making him the first member of the jury. Fans of Khan shared their devastation across social media, but Khan remained in good spirits as he laughed himself out of the tribe and into the jury villa, where he can live in luxury over the coming weeks as the show approaches finale. "It's not all sad," he wrote on Instagram last night alongside a video of himself swinging the idol he left with. "At Amy On sent me a lot of amazing outfits, so you wait for jury fashions," he shared. "Thank you so much for everyone's kind words. I've been wanting to play at Survivor for so long, and I was able to be part of blindsides. I won challenges, I got an idol, I got to play with my best friend at Amy On, I've met great humans, and I went out with a bang. So thank you for allowing me to play this amazing game and be a part of this experience." Mel Chiang. Mel was next on the chopping block, after Mark's alliance of strong boys decided she was a threat they needed to eliminate. While they split votes on Mel and her twin sister, Michelle, Mel was ultimately the one who had her torch snuffed. However, the superfan left with a smile on her face, taking to Instagram to write about the experience. "From watching it on TV since I was 12 years old, to now watching my torch get snuffed by a Jonathan LaPaglia himself, still with a smile on my face. Bryn," she penned. "As a fan, I feel so fortunate to get to play this crazy game, and especially grateful to get to play it with my literal other half, at Mish. Chiang, I will be forever thankful. Our late father passed away weeks before filming started, and to celebrate his birthday on day 21 with her with us hugging on the mat before the reward challenge was just what we needed. Purple Heart." Jesse Hansen, the kid met his end this week in a brutal blindside. Convinced it was Josh who was going home, Jesse walked confidently into tribal with no plan to use his idol, which Sam was holding onto for him. While the majority of Mark's alliance was planning to vote him out all along, Sam remained the swing vote until the very end, but wrote down Jess's name, thanking him for the idol, and voting out her closest ally in the game bar her husband. Sam's brutal backstab was met with shock and awe from fans. While Jesse is yet to comment on his exit, he posted videos to his story last night showing the cast celebrating together with drinks, including himself and Sam doing shots together and hugging, meaning all looks well between the two. Michelle Chiang became the fourth member of the jury last night, joining her twin sister, Mel. The vote was not the end for Mel. She was sent to join Geordie, KJ, and Shay in purgatory, but in a challenge that would see only one eliminated for good, she came last. "Wow, what a ride," she wrote on Instagram, from someone who did not prioritize camping as her #1 choice of holiday experience to literally living out in the bush amongst the elements. "This is me living out of my cushy comfort zone," she added. Even though it was not an easy decision to come on the show as our father passed away unexpectedly a few weeks before filming, I am overall thankful, she continued. Thankful for the experience, thankful the bonds with everyone that I've met, and most of all, thankful for at Survivor I for giving me and at MEL Chiang the opportunity to be in the same place to play the game that she loves. That is all for today news. Thank you for watching to my channel. Please be sure to leave your comment and subscribe below for more news.